Hey there, boils and ghouls. It's your friend Tara and Tats. I'm back with another video, and yeah, I'm very happy about today because I got an order from the Vinegar Syndrome Black Friday sale in today, and I think you already know what it is by the title. We'll go ahead and get right into it. And what we got today? Well, first thing I got a little sticker. That's cool. So we got that. But the main thing that I got today is the 1973 Paul Morrissey film Flesh for Frankenstein. It says Frankenstein on here, but actually the movie is called Flesh for Frankenstein. And it's an interesting story, and the bonus, I love the fact that both this and I'm happy that in the same year, I'm sorry, I know I'm stammering, but I'm really happy that in the same year we got both Paul Morrissey's films Flesh for Frankenstein, aka Andy Warhol's Frankenstein, and Paul Morrissey's film Blood for Dracula, aka Andy Warhol's Dracula. I think we're really blessed that we ended up getting both of these on 4K in the same year. Um, but this here for the most part is a really nice addition. There is one little issue which I'll get into, but yeah, this is beautiful. Um, both both editions chock full of I can't show you right at the second, but you know both editions chock full of bonus features and everything else, and it's great to have these. And these were movies that now Flesh for Frankenstein. I remember seeing it as a kid on TV, not the whole thing. This was back in the '80s when back pretty much like anything even remotely controversial would have been cut out. So what I watched, I remember they used to have they used to have like USA Up All Night or Night Flicks or something like that, and that was when I first discovered the movie. But even then, like so much, it wasn't until later on when I actually sat down and watched the entire movie completely unedited, then I realized how much of it I was missing. There's a lot of naughty parts in this. It's a lot of blood and gore. So what I watched, and it's kind of like funny now. It's like, okay, that's why my mom let me watch this when I was a little kid because so much of it was trimmed down. It was a very watered down version. So it wasn't until later in life when I finally actually watched this, I realized like, oh my God, yeah, there was so much of this movie I didn't even know was in there. You know, a lot of, hot and spicy stuff. And, also too, way more blood and gore than what was shown. So, um, and this movie here, Blood for Dracula, like this movie here, I remember as a kid, like my mother would never let me watch this. I guess just, even as much as they edited out, I guess it was just too, it was just too racy, or too spicy. So, but yeah, I didn't even watch Blood for Dracula until like I was in my 20s, so yeah. But I enjoy both movies, and and these were movies like unfortunately I wasn't able to get the Criterion DVDs, and so for a number of years I was actually really worried that we were never going to get these on Blu-ray or, and I was hoping, but finally this year my dreams came true because we got both of these. We got Blood for Dracula, thank you to Severin, and now we got Flesh for Frankenstein, thank you to Vinegar Syndrome, and I couldn't be happier. So, anyway, we'll go ahead and show you this. You got the nice. It says Frankenstein, filmed by Paul Morrissey. You got the nice. The stitches are kind of embossed. They kind of stick out a little bit, and we got here, here. So I mean, obviously the whole thing looks like stitched together human skin, but yeah, and a very good sturdy box. I mean, look at that. That's going to last. So that's nice. And also, too, let's get into this. This is beautiful, the way they packaged this. And I do have to admit, I like this, that we got these with the slip covers and everything else. And that is probably one thing I will give this edition a little bit more credit over the Blood for Dracula, because, we just kind of got like hang on, we just kind of got like the gatefold kind of a thing, which I don't mind this, at least they're not in sleeves, so, but I mean, even still, this is a very beautiful addition, and I'm really happy to have it. And, like I said, I'm just glad they didn't sit there and like sleeve the discs. That would have just drove me up the wall. But anyway, so we're not here to talk about Blood for Dracula. We're here to talk about Flesh for Frankenstein. Okay, So now we get both of them. We have Frankenstein 3D and Flesh for Frankenstein. Now this here, you see, beautiful slipcover. That's one thing that Vinegar Syndrome is known for. They do great slipcovers. Very nice, very embossed. Beautiful, gorgeous artwork, very colorful. And here, let's see, here we go. Flesh for Frankenstein, and we dare you to see. And so, got that gorgeous slipcover, and here we go. We got the 4K Blu-ray case. Now, both of these come with reversible artwork, and I'm sorry, I'm going with the same thing as what's on the box. I would show you the reversible art, but there is some naughty bits on there, so I'm not really allowed to. And here we go. Here's on the back. Lots of bonus features. They really spoiled us with this. And now we get to here we go. Now for the 4K, you get the same thing as the box cover. You get this beautiful artwork on the disc here for Flesh for Frankenstein on the Blu-ray. So, and yeah, that's beautiful, very nice. Now we have here, this is gorgeous. Look at that, look at that Frankenstein 3D coming at you. And this just looks amazing. So beautiful. This is going to look fantastic on your shelf and brings the horror off the screen and into your lap. Yeah. So, yeah, this is a gorgeous edition. It was pricey, but, for the most part, it was worth it. And I'll get to the reason why the whole most part in just a second. So we have this other beautiful artwork here, Flesh for Frankenstein. And then you have the, I think you can make it out here. Take out the disc. You see, you got your 3D glasses so you can watch it. Then Frankenstein 3D. And you have two options on the 3D version. You have, let's see here. Here's the info. Region-free 3D Blu-ray, 2 viewing options, digital 3D, requires a 3D capable TV and player, and anaglyph. I'm sorry, I know I'm mispronouncing. 3D works on all TVs included with 3D glasses, which that's the way I watched it. Newly scanned and restored in 4K from its 35mm original camera negative. 3D restoration performed by the 3D Film Archive. Reversible cover art, English subtitles. And beautiful DTS HD sound. And the 3D Blu-ray on this is astonishing. It's really, really good. Even though I wasn't able to watch the digital, I did watch the glyph, whatever. I'm sorry, I know I'm mispronouncing. But I was able to watch it, and it looks amazing. With the glasses, you turn the lights off and everything, it looks great. The 3D, it works perfectly. I have no issues whatsoever about the 3D Blu-ray. It looks phenomenal. Everything, it really is like coming off the screen at you. They did a really good job with the 3D on here. So the 3D Blu-ray alone is worth, just the price of this. The price, I ordered it off Vinegar Syndrome's website, and it was $52.99 plus shipping. I don't remember exactly how much I paid altogether, but still, even though when you consider everything what you're getting here, it is worth it. It's pricey, but it is worth it. So, but just, yeah, the 3D Blu-ray alone looks amazing, and it looks great. Now we're going to move on to the 4K and the regular Blu-ray. Now here's where we hit a bit of a snag, okay? And yeah, I was just made aware of this a couple of days ago, looking on the page for Vinegar Syndrome on Facebook, and they said that this has been an issue with a lot of people's discs, and it turned out, unfortunately, it's an issue on my disc as well. That there was a problem with color saturation. So there's a playback issue. So when you watch the 4K, it doesn't look as good as it should. The colors are they're too I guess not faded, but kind of just too ugh. And it doesn't look good. It really doesn't. It looks parts of the picture look completely washed out, and it does not look right. And you could tell it's way too, some colors would appear a color would appear too red, or a color would appear too blue, or something like that, and it really does not look good. And so, I was, okay, so they made me aware of that, so I made sure to check. And as soon as I got my disc, I popped it in to check, and sure enough, yeah, mine has the same issue. So, but looking at the post that Vinegar Syndrome put on their website and for Facebook and everything, they said that if you purchase this on their if you purchase this from their website, then what will happen is in January, they will send out replacement discs. So you'll get, a good 4K disc with the right color, the right, the right transfer and everything else. So that is a bit of a snag. So if you get this, that's going to be a problem. And it's going to be even harder if you buy this in the store. If you buy it, at a Best, I don't think they're going to sell this at Best Buy, but if you buy it at a store, you have to show, you have to contact Vinegar Syndrome, you have to show them proof of purchase and everything else, and then, in January you'll get your replacement disc as well. So that's the one downside, folks. The 4K does not look good. We're going to have to wait until next month, and but anyway, so in the meantime, though, we're not, it's not, a nail in the coffin, really. So. Even though right now the 4K isn't worth really checking out too much, we do have the standard Blu-ray, and the Blu-ray looks amazing. The Blu-ray looks really good, and it makes me really excited to see what when we get the replacement disc with the right transfer. I'm really looking forward to seeing what kind of, what it's really going to look like, how the real 4K should have looked. Because the Blu-ray on here looks amazing. The picture quality is stunning. They did a great transfer. The sound is good. Everything else, you got the DTS HD sound with mono. So yeah, just this is, yeah. Unfortunately, they botched it on the 4K, but for the Blu-ray, they knocked it out of the park. And this will definitely hold you over till you can get your replacement disc. So, and we also get tons of bonus features. And here we go. We got Trans Human Flesh and Blood. An archival interview with writer-director Paul Morrissey. Very interesting, One thing I thought was interesting is, how the whole story of these two movies came together is that, Andrew Bronsberg, the producer, with Paul Morrissey, went to, talk about, making a movie, and they said, well, oh, it's a horror movie. They just automatically assumed it's a horror movie. Okay, well, what horror movie? Frankenstein? Okay, yeah, all right, yeah, we could do Frankenstein. How long? What were you thinking in terms of budget and time? 3 weeks, $300,000. Okay, yeah, we can do that. How about another one too? Okay, two. Yeah, we could do two. And then what would be the next one? Dracula. Okay, yeah. So there we go. And so they said that's what ended up happening was that they got $300,000. They made Flesh for Frankenstein first. Did it in 3 weeks on $300,000. I believe Udo Kier said in his interview that they had like 5 days rest, and then they went into 3 weeks for $300,000 on Blood for Dracula. So, it's amazing. You never really hear movies being made like that, So that was interesting to find out. The Ecstasy of Frankenstein, an interview with actor Udo Kier in The Flesh, an interview with actor Joe D'Alessandro. Dimension in Fear, an interview with producer Andrew Bronsberg. Andy Shadow, an interview with film historian and author Stephen Thrower. Building the World of Frankenstein, an interview with art director I'm sorry, I'm going to botch that name. I'm not going to say it. So. Don't Say a Word, an interview with actress Lou Bosisio. Feed My Frankenstein, an interview with assistant director Pablo. I'm sorry, I'm skipping over these names. I'm sorry, I'm going to botch them if I say them. Audio commentary with film historians and authors Sam Deacon, Heather Drain, and Kat Ellinger. Original theatrical trailer, radio spots, promotional still gallery, audio recollections with Paul Morrissey, screen test footage with Paul Morrissey, raw Q&A footage from 2012 with Paul Morrissey. Additional info, region-free 4K Ultra HD, which we know, it's messed up. We got to wait and get the replacement disc. Blu-ray, 4K UHD presented in HDR, newly scanned and restored in 4K from its original 35mm original camera negative, reversible cover art, English SDH subtitles. So, yeah. Now, this is going to be the thing, either one of two things. This release is mostly gonna appeal to two kinds of people. It's going to appeal obviously to diehard fans of the movie and people, like me who've grown up watching this movie and have been wanting to get it and get it in a great edition and stuff. Um, the only other people that I could think of are people who are like, I love Vinegar Syndrome as a label, and whatever they put out, I gotta buy. And I'm not really one of those kind of collectors. I mean, I try to go more for like, I mean, I'll collect lots of horror movies and stuff. I got tons of them. But I'm not really the kind of person who's like, okay, like every single release that this label puts out, I got to buy every single one. I'm not really that type because, then I end up, paying all this money for a movie I can't even stand or a movie I'm never going to watch. So I tend to try to be a little bit more, um, I try to be a little bit more picky about that. But this movie, it was worth it for the most part. Like I said, yeah, unfortunately, we got to wait for the 4K replacement disc, which is a bit of a bummer, but when you consider, okay, you still got the Blu-ray, which will hold you over till you get the 4K Blu-ray in. That's nice. Tons of bonus features. That's nice. Really detailed stuff. You got the 3D Blu-ray, which is amazing. So I would definitely say, yeah, if you want to go ahead and pick it up. I don't know if they even still have it available on their website. If they do, how many they still got? I don't know how limited this thing is. I didn't really check on that, to be honest with you. But if they still got it, I would say go ahead and get it. Even though you're probably gonna have to, I know as a 4K enthusiast, yeah, it bugs me, because that was kind of one of the main reasons I wanted this was to see it in glorious 4K, which unfortunately, yeah, we didn't get right off the bat, but we'll still get it. But I would definitely say, yeah, go ahead and pick this up. It's worth it. Just for the standard Blu-ray alone, it's worth it. It's worth it for the 3D Blu-ray. It looks really good in 3D, and ultimately, this is a great addition. And Vinegar Syndrome, like even though, okay, yeah, there was a little bit of a problem with it, but that will be rectified. But altogether, this is a beautiful addition, and if you're a fan of these movies, I highly recommend picking this up. And yeah. Just it's so good, and I like it. It's a little pricey, but when you consider everything you're getting with it, and like I said, even though even though the 4K isn't great, we're gonna get that fixed. So at least that's nice. But anyway, I would definitely say, yeah, if you're a fan of Flesh for Frankenstein, go ahead and pick this up. It's worth it. In my opinion, it is. And also, too, I would say, if you like this movie, but you haven't seen Blood for Dracula yet, I would say go ahead and pick this movie up, too. Both of these movies, they're a lot of fun. That was one of the last thing I wanted to end on. Yeah, one of the things I wanted to do was to check the bonus features, because I wanted to know, because there were parts in the movie that, especially in Flesh for Frankenstein, there are parts in the movie that it's like, this is funny. I was laughing at it. And I wasn't sure if I was supposed to. It's like, is it just bad filmmaking, or did they, meant parts for it to be intentionally funny? It's like, no, it turned out, both of these movies had parts that were meant to be intentionally funny. So, okay. Because there's like one part where Joe D'Alessandro's character, Nicholas, is in bed with the Baron's wife. And it looks like she's kissing his chest and stuff. But mostly it looks like she's kissing his armpit. She's like sucking on his armpit. That's what it looks like. And it's just the noises she makes, and and I was worried too. Like when I got this, I thought somehow or another they were going to get rid of the sound, or they were going to mute it some way or something. No, it's on here. It's like, it's like she's kissing. You hear her just, it's funny. It's hysterically funny, man. I bust out laughing every time I watch. It's so funny, and But I had to check and make sure, like, okay, that was intentional. All right, I just wanted to make sure that was the case, and it was like, okay, other than that, it was just bad filmmaking or something. But no, it was meant to be funny, so that's cool. So anyway, that's it. We're gonna wrap this up, and yeah, I can't recommend this enough. Go ahead and pick it up, and like I said, you're gonna have to wait to get your fixed 4K Blu-ray, but in the meantime, while you're waiting for that, you got a great Blu-ray with a great transfer. You got a great 3D Blu-ray. This is awesome. It's a great release, and yeah, Vinegar Syndrome, they kicked butt. They knocked it out of the park. So anyway, that's going to do it. So if anybody took the time to watch this, I thank you for doing it. I appreciate you for doing it. I also hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave it a like. If you haven't already, please go and subscribe to the channel. Hopefully lots more good content coming your way. And that's it, my boils and ghouls. Take care, and I'll see you all later.